All right, that's all I need. All right, well, that's my 10 people, and here's my speech on the Atlanta Food Bank. The Atlanta Food Community Bank is an organization that will help donations feed the hungry children of Atlanta. Did you know that for every $1 you donate, they could provide a child with 4 meals? Many kids in Atlanta depend on free school breakfast and lunch just to get by. So with an increase in funding, we could help not only the children affected by this issue, but their families as well. 1 in 4 children live in a household where there is a scarcity of food. But with an increase in our funding, I believe we could get this number to become even lower and provide more assistance towards the families and children suffering from this issue. Could you imagine growing up spending most of your time hungry and worrying about where your next meal is coming from? Well, that is no way for a child to spend most of their time. Instead, they should be experiencing the joys of youth and learning. With an increase in our funding, we could take away the fear that child has in finding their meal, and we could even give them an opportunity to live a normal childhood experience. Today I'm going to tell you about what a wonderful company the Atlanta Food Bank is and how we use the funding to provide the children and why you as a city should invest more in the Atlanta Food Bank. First, I'll tell you about the services we provide and how the people in the community can help out. The Atlanta Food Bank provides many different donation techniques as well as offering a center where the community can volunteer to help fight hunger. The Atlanta Food Bank participates in a ton of food drives, which is a community effort to gain non-perishable foods to help distribute to the hungry. With the help of these food drives and donations we are receiving from the community, we're able to feed one child 4 meals for the price of $1. These food drives are mostly set up by local schools and support groups and get around through the word of mouth. With an increase in funding, we hope to expand these food drives through the way of advertisement. Hunger 101 is an Atlanta Food Bank's way of teaching people the issues of hunger and poverty in the area. As of right now, the program is not very well funded due to the fact that most people do not know about the issues that people are dealing with within their own community. With an increase in funding, we hope to better educate the community, teach them about the hunger issues and poverty that people are experiencing in their own backyards. The Atlanta Food Bank also has a community garden in which all vegetables that are grown are donated to the hungry. Anyone can volunteer at the garden and help grow the vegetables. There's also different jobs for people can volunteer for, which including sorting non-perishable goods and dividing them and distributed evenly among the districts. There's also a soup kitchen in which people can become part and help cooking food for the hungry. With an increase in our funding, we hope to improve our kitchen and garden with access to more food. Now that I've talked about the different ways people can get involved with the Atlanta Food Bank, I will talk about the hope we hope to accomplish with a greater budget. If the Atlanta Food Bank gains a greater budget, we hope to feed more people and help the children live a normal life instead of worrying about food. The current number is that 1 in 4 children have a problem with being hungry. With an increased kitchen, garden, and advertisement for food drives, we hope that number down to at least 1 in 8 children. This is the most logical solution we can hope for without setting our goals too high. This will ensure that every child can focus on school and not focusing so much on where their next meal is coming from. Our pantry distributes to 900,000 families in need in Georgia every month. There are still more families that are requesting our aid, and even if we increase our maximum output, we can get there and help give those families a fighting chance. The shelters that we have are full of homeless every night and day, and these people have nowhere to go. With appropriate funding, we can upgrade our shelters to safely house more people and get them off the streets. We can even guarantee them a place to sleep and a warm meal, and that can mean the world to them. We need to have a higher budget so that we can make these changes to our shelters. Now that I've talked about how we improve if we are given a high budget, I want to talk to you about why we deserve a higher budget. We should be helping our fellow neighbors in their hour of need, and we should make sure no one goes hungry within the city limits. Once we increase the size and production of our facility, we definitely need more people to volunteer for community service. This is a chance for you to get involved in the community and help make a difference and make it a better place. Don't you want to make your community a better place? I know I sure do. This is our chance to help people stop hungry amongst people in our community. Many people are oblivious to these problems that arise in a community, and with the help of a higher budget, we can educate people and get them involved in solving this problem. When people donate canned foods to the drive, they usually just assume it's going somewhere far away and don't realize that it's going to local families within their community. The main reason we need a higher budget is the fact that more and more people are coming to Atlanta, and the Atlanta Food Bank cannot keep up with all the homeless population given our current budget. Atlanta is becoming one of the biggest cities in the Southeast, and many people come here seeking opportunities and cannot find them and end up needing our help. We need to increase our budget to help keep up with Atlanta's growing population so that we can make sure hunger does not go on within our city limits. In conclusion, this is why I feel like we need a bigger budget for the Atlanta Food Bank.